actually paternalist toward Django, like pretty much, and gets Django to help him with his bounty hunting. And then he gets caught up in this quest, and they finally get, they're all clever, they finally get into Candyland, and seeing you mention it. Actually, I think what you're right that it echoes, he shoots him because he brings up this standard eugenic racist line, which runs straight through America all through the 50s, and is really big in Nazi Germany, often citing American authors. But the other thing is, the guy wants to shake hands with him and is demanding that he shake his hand, and he'd rather kill him than shake his hand.
And he mentions Dumas.
Huh?
And then mentions Dumas and how despicable that character, yes.
But if you take, when Django then comes back and gets her freedom papers and kisses his head, you know, there actually is a lot of solidarity in this, and they both grow. One other thing, the woman is the heroine, but she has essentially, except that she speaks in German, no part to play in this. And actually, so they go and ride off together, and hopefully she really gets more able to handle it all, because this is so entirely a guy's movie in that respect. That, you know, you don't get, I mean, there isn't a woman here who really has a deep, you know, a woman's responsibility isn't shown, if I may say. That is, love is shown, that she's treated terribly is shown, and that she's courageous and resistant is shown, but, you know, if you were saying, so if she had a room of her own, wouldn't she write? Right, that's not, huh?
Women.
That's right. But I'm just saying, Tarantino may not.
Thank you all for coming. Again, happy Valentine's Day.
Info about and doing things.
I always had like an idea that
I knew it for a long time, but I also knew that within the Carbon context, I guess they have another group. So,
excuse me. People always had an idea. I'll try to be as short as possible. That you know, the movies like Django Unchained, or let's say Schindler's List, is something like deep inside of us. There is something exotic thing about this thing, that this terrible thing happened, but now it's much better. And sometimes you believe in this kind of stuff, but the proof of LA police shootings and etc. show that there is still something going on, and you question yourself how much true is it that there is racism or there is not anymore. And just in the morning, I was riding in a bus, and I don't know why, but everybody, wherever I go alone, tried to speak about religion to me recently. It's a big thing. And there was an elderly guy who was talking to me about the Pope's resignation, and he told me that, you know, there is one of the candidates to the papacy right now, and he's a black guy, he's from Nigeria, and I believe he meant Cardinal Francis Arinza from Nigeria. And he was like, you know, it's so terrible. I said, why do you say so? What's bad about this thing? No, it's a religion, I mean. It's like continuation of everything. Are you Christian? Do you believe in God? I said, I'm agnostic, but, you know, I don't see anything bad about this thing. And I think it's just great that Catholic Church is actually moving towards to be more open, more tolerant. And he looked at me so terribly, and at that moment I realized, and Alan is my professor and he talks about racism a lot. I always had like, oh come on, it's all gone. I mean, there is no more such a thing. At that one moment I realized there is still very strong racism. Maybe that elderly person grew up in a totally different society, but you still can feel it. I mean, even in this kind of things. And it's not in America, it's somewhere in Europe.
Yeah, I guess last comment, my name's Hunter, is about the role of money in the film. And I know Dr. Schultz is very much like Mr. Candy or Monsieur Candy and Big Daddy, the other plantation owner that you meet at the very beginning of the film, in that they're motivated by money. Dr. Schultz by killing for money as a bounty hunter, and then in both scenes with the plantation owners, when he mentions the price that he wants to pay for what he wants to buy, they change how they think and how they receive them. So I don't know if y'all had any comments on that.
Well, that's how I started my talk. And, we are in a world of commodities. So even if it's a plantation, South was actually not feudal or semi-feudal. South was part of the global capitalist system. So it is a complete misreading of history to present this southern culture as something so different from the north that we have to really get into this kind of specificity. We don't even talk that. We tried for all his life to create this imaginary South. When you read Faulkner really carefully, Faulkner basically knows at some level, at a very deep level, that what is wrong with everything is capitalism. That capitalism is what is poisoning human relations, poisoning the language, poisoning what he loves, and what he wants to protect, and he cannot protect.
I just thought it was interesting. Dr. Schultz changes in the movie at the one scene where he gets up to offer the $500 reimbursement for D'Artagnan. I think that's when he no longer is motivated to make money for his purposes.
But he changes.
Yeah,
he's the only character that really develops in this movie.
He's a really good character.
It's a wonderful part of the movie is that he was a dentist.
Yeah.
He extracts teeth and then he extracts people who are poisoning the body
Yes.
politic. You know,
That's good.
That's so clever. Yeah. With big tunes on.
Yeah, but his first name is King, so it's Dr. King is coming to help this black man. That's another thing that happened. That's kind of something.
Thank you. Should we do another one?